Hey, it says welcome back. Battlefield 6 will have a playtest this Friday, Friday the 13th of all Fridays to be choosing from. A new leak from 1BF Telegram suggesting that Battlefield 6 might have an online page with its own statistics. EA and DICE didn't show anything for Battlefield yesterday in the first day of Summer Game Fest, and a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront 2 news as well. Everything in today's video. If you're new here, my name is Ace. I play every Battlefield game until Battlefield 6 launches, and I also play Star Wars Battlefront 2. So if you want to enjoy the content for all those great EA and DICE games, please consider leaving a like, comment, and a subscription for future content. Thank you so much. Starting with the playtest, it is going to be a standard 2-hour playtest that EA and DICE have been doing for BFLabs since BFLabs came out. So it's not going to be a stress test, it's not going to be anything technically related, it is going to be a real BFLabs, so to say. So I would say that either this build or BFLabs or the one after it are going to be extremely important. This is going to be the place where we see if they have done anything with all the feedback they've been receiving for almost a month now. I've heard rumors, you're gonna have to take this with a grain of salt. I've heard rumors from people who are in the BFLabs Discord that they have already acted on a lot of those imbalance problems people had really issues with, such as, for example, engineer carrying 19 rockets or 18 rockets or whatever ridiculous number they had, and the 2 launchers apparently were also taken away from him. So if they really acted on that, I think it is a first step in the right direction when it comes to balancing out BFLabs, which is, of course, inevitably going to become Battlefield 6 itself. If you still haven't registered for BFLabs, from what I'm aware, you can register for BFLabs at any time the applications have been opened. They never close them, so you can go and do this right now. After you have registered, then you just wait for the invitation in your email. I've heard rumors that the email also comes in the spam folder, it comes in the promotion folder, it comes in the junk folder, it comes in my email, your invitation. So you got to be very careful to look where exactly it is. Some people have missed like multiple invitations because they didn't check all the folders. So check your email correctly. After that, let's say you do get invitation, you will need also to provide your Discord tag, and you will need to join the BFLabs Discord, because this is where everybody is, basically. So all the creators that are there, the developers, and so on. I'm sorry if you're a regular sub, so you have to hear this every time when a new test is happening, but there's a lot of new players coming into BFLabs who don't know how this process works, so I just want to be nice and provide them this solution. So this is how it works, guys. If you don't have Discord, or you don't use Discord, or it may be banned in your country, I had some players from Turkey tell me, Ace, like, Discord is banned in Turkey, so how do I do it? I have no clue, guys. You're gonna have to do that research yourself, how Discord works with your own respectable countries. Now let's move on to the statistic page leak from the 1BF Telegram. Here it is on the screen right now. They say Battlefield 6 will have an online page with its statistics. Player can be found by game tag, and stats can be shared on social networks or with friends. Is this going to be a replacement for Battlelog, the glorious Battlelog? By the way, if you haven't checked my Battlelog video, I made it a couple months ago before you guys all came and subscribed. Here it is on the screen right now. You can also just go into the video description. I will leave the link of that Battlelog video there so you guys can watch it. I really suggest you go watch it because I really provide some good points why Battlelog was really ahead of its time considering when it came out, and I would really like to have it back as a social hub and a statistic page. So this gives me a little bit of hope that perhaps EA and DICE are considering the same thing as well. However, I'm not sure how a statistic page would work with the streamer mode that is going to be available in Battlefield 6. I think a lot of people who aren't streamers and creators aren't going to be running streamer mode on, because some people just don't like showing their stats into the public. So I'm not sure how this statistic page would really work with this. I guess there would just be hidden profiles or whatever, kind of like on Steam. I'm not sure how this would work. I would have to see the statistic page in action to really see if it's something that's like really viable way of checking out people's stats and whatever. So we're gonna have to see how it works. I think it's a good addition to Battlefield 6, especially if it's gonna be, like I said earlier, kind of a social hub like Battlefield. If you can like speak to your friends and have your wall have like Battlelog Twitter, I think this is it's pretty fun. If you guys were playing Battlefield 3 and BF4 back in the day, like I would literally post shit posts on my friends' wall on their profiles, and you know, it was just a good old time. And I really don't think that removing Battlelog really added anything to Battlefield at all. I mean, can you name one thing which really happened good after Battlelog was removed? I mean, what we have the in-game multiplayer server browser for Battlefield 4 now, for example, which is just filled with fake players, so you still have to use Battlelog today if you want to play Battlefield 4 reliably, because like I said, every server just says 64 out of 64, then you join and you're alone on Goldwood Railway, 4,000 tickets, hardcore, no thank you. So yeah, it's kind of funny that Battlelog still serves a purpose in that way, as an extension to the server browser. That basically ends all the important leaks that I have for you today. I mean, there was nothing yesterday really shown from EA and DICE on the Summer Game Fest. I'm not sure if they were even there. Honestly, the only thing that really happened from them is a tweet, which I'm gonna go over in a second. I just wanted to thank you for watching this video. If you are here for the Battlefield part, I will switch now to Star Wars Battlefront 2 because there is very important news happening around that game. The hype buildup is really increasing for the game, and the demand for Star Wars Battlefront 3 is highly increasing. So if you do enjoy Star Wars because it is another DICE game which has that old DICE polish to it, then stick around until the end of the video. So as I was saying, I was watching the Summer Game Fest and waiting, of course, for Battlefield 6 news, and there was nothing. Then, somewhere randomly, I refreshed my page, and there was this tweet waiting for me from EA Play account, of all accounts to be tweeting, and they tweeted about Star Wars Battlefront 2. Why is this important? This is important for two factors. The first factor is that never ever does EA report or tweet or hype up any of their dormant title. I mean, I have never in my life seen a tweet from EA Play tweeting about, I don't know, Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 4, you know. Usually when they close down a game's chapter, and they closed down the chapter on Star Wars Battlefront 2's like official support a long time ago, guys. And the fact that they're now tweeting about this game, and the response, as you can see, has a lot of retweets, has a lot of likes, has a lot of comments, and has a lot of views, you know, for a game that came out nearly 10 years ago at this point. So it's pretty crazy. I really truly believe that they're testing to see how people react to this. I mean, they got a lot of impressions on this tweet, so perhaps they're just seeing it. And if they're willing to publicly acknowledge a very dormant game, who knows what they're talking about then behind the closed doors? Who knows what the investors were talking about, what the suits are talking about. Hey, this game seems to have a very big demand. Now I have been hearing that there is an unannounced project being in the works. It's called Project Ava at the studio. Perhaps that is a new Star Wars Battlefront game. I have no clue, guys. But it is very unusual for EA, like I said, to just bring up their extremely dormant titles back into the spotlight, even if they're super popular. I mean, Battlefield 1 back in May, so last month, when it was on sale, sold a lot of copies. It was like in top seller on Steam, like top 10. There was nothing from EA and DICE about Battlefield 1. You know, they've moved on a long time ago. So this is what I'm comparing this tweet to the sales of Battlefield 1. They never mentioned Battlefield 1 in here. They're talking about sales of Battlefield 2. Then I open TikTok and I'm like following Universal Studios, the film production, and they're making a TikTok saying Battlefield 3 waiting room. So it is a very odd outcry for a new Battlefield game. Guys, I'm gonna be honest here, it would be my absolute fucking dream if we would have an amazing Battlefield game, like a really good Battlefield 6, and then we also have an insane Star Wars Battlefront 3 with the like old DICE polish to it with Frostbite 3 engine. I would be basically a little kid of joy if this was to happen. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna close the video down here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and a subscription and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, have a great weekend. See you in the next video.